Welcome back to the garden. Today is Wednesday, May 17th. We have to plant. I still got a bunch of tomatoes, but I'm going to show you something on the trellis. It's going to be a game changer. Come on, let's plant. Okay, we've pulled the mulch back, and I did scatter a little of the castor oil on here. And look how many we have here. We got 26 when we separated them last time. So I'm just going to be careful. Remember, the entire stem will root. When you're separating them, you can put your thumb right in between where you're going to pull them apart and just gently pull them apart. I'm going to plant these bigger ones first. Probably put these smaller ones in containers. All right, I'm going to pinch this bottom leaf off. I'm going to pinch this bottom leaf off. Then we're going to add something to the hole. We're going to add a little piece of this string down in the hole. I've been assured this will work. Set your tomato down in there. Backfill. Snug it in. This is the game changer. We don't have to use a stick or a rock to separate these. And also, as a companion plant, I'm going to put one of these basil out here. And this is one we'd taken the top off of and made a whole bunch more. Now to do this, I've got some twine in this bucket, and I just keep threading it out. Put that twine down in the bottom of the hole. And this is our second green. So we'll see how these do. I could plant this deeper, but I'm going to use this one as a demonstration on how to do this. You see in this bucket, it just pulls right out the center. You just take it up and give yourself a little bit, because as these vine out, you can loosen this up, let the vine hang a little bit. So just do a little half hitch. And now to trellis this, it's more moving the plant around the string than the string around the plant. Come under a leaf, just around the body, and you're just moving that plant around the string a little bit. It'll come under the next leaf. And that's about as high as we need to go for this first time. And this plant's ready to grow. That's all you got to do. We'll go look at one of the more mature ones here in a minute. But I got several more of these greens to get in the ground. Well, we got something else that just showed up, but the Amazon guy just pulled out. Check this out. My good guys, I was hoping they would show up pretty quick. They got here just in the nick of time. We've got some aphids on some cabbage. Look at that. It's our ladybugs. Let's go ahead and get these to work before it gets dark. Right over here you can see the aphids have sort of invaded on the cabbage. So I'm just going to release one whole bag onto this. And we'll see if they can't take care of this problem. Now right in here, it doesn't seem like we've got a whole lot of aphid damage, but if there's nothing for them to eat right here, they will find something. I'm just gently taking and cutting across the top. Now if you want to get live ladybugs, they're not very expensive. And you can find a link in the description box below. Last year they most definitely saved my cucumber crop. So I'll leave those to find their way out. But check this out. Praying mantis right there, and ladybugs, and then the ones I just released. And since I know that the aphids like the cucumbers, let's go ahead and release some here. Now we got squash and tomatoes, squash, tomatoes, squash. If I'm going to be thrown off, that's a nice little surprise. I got a couple more cucumbers or melons over here. But what I wanted to do was to show you how we go ahead and trellis up one of the bigger ones. We just cut out these lower leaves. I got a little bamboo stake here. I'm going to cut that about in half because we're going to do tomatoes and we're going to do this squash. So what I want to do, stick that in the ground a ways. And kind of what we did over there. And I wish I would have known about the burying it. But if you don't learn something every day, you're not learning anything. So I'm just going to tie this off onto this stake, and you don't have to use bamboo. You can use whatever stick you can find. And that's just basically to secure it to the ground. You're not really using it to stake it to the ground. Cut it off, give yourself plenty. You put a slip knot in here. That way we can loosen it up if we need to. So we have it staked to the ground. We've pruned off the lower leaves. We just move the plant around the string under each one of the leaves as you go on up. And this will support it. You can kind of lift that leaf up just a little bit and let it fall back. And if I'm not mistaken, looks like we got a tomato started already on this one. And there you go. That's all you have to do to start trellising. Let's try this squash. It's one of the reasons I planted these so close is I intended to trellis them. So let's do the same thing. Go ahead and tie off our string onto the stick. Good thing about bamboo is they got that little knob there. So the string's not going to just slide up off the stick. Here we're going to just put it in right beside it. Just stick that down in the soil. Measure up however much we need. Give yourself plenty. Clip that off. Now I'm going to tie this one a little more securely since I don't think we're going to have to loosen it up. This is not going to grow like the tomatoes. But we do want it to grow vertically, so we're going to wrap it just like the tomatoes. Just up under the leaf. Bring it around. Under the next leaf. Up under the next leaf. And there you go. We'll see how this works. But I intend to do this with several of these. Obviously these squash are far too close together. They're going to get massive. Tomatoes, we'll keep them trimmed up. That's okay that we have them this close together. You can do this too. If you want to learn more about the deep mulch, click that link right there. If you want to learn more about the living soil, click that link right there. I do want to thank you for stopping by and helping me put a few more things in the ground and looking at a trellis to be jealous about. Till next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Update on the potato and the peanuts I planted in the bags. They speak for themselves. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.